Truth about being in a toxic or joker-like marriage, aka a narcissist, is that you can't tell the difference between the truth or the illusion that they sold you. Therefore, you don't believe that you really are in a narcissistic relationship. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the illusion that they sold you and why it is so damaging. Before I give you those statements, welcome to Lady of the Four Shadows. My name is Bewitched, and these statements are composed of my own experience being married to a joker. And yes, I will call a covert narcissist a joker. The DC villain joker. Subtract the killing, even though these type of people are very capable of destroying souls. If you are still somewhat confused on the difference between a narcissist and a toxic person, I will put a link at the bottom of the description to Dr. Ramani's YouTube channel. She is, in my opinion, one of the front experts on that matter. And also stay to the end, where I will try to explain why they did what they did. So it will help you on your healing journey. So let's start. The truth about being married to a joker. They give you a little bit more than the relationship before. They will start isolating you. They will make you believe it is you and them against the world. They will sell you that no one will love you the way they love you. They will threaten you if you decide to leave. They will drive you crazy in the sense that you will question your own thought process. They will pretend that they are a good provider, but they're actually using your money. Now, don't get me wrong. I have no problem with everyone pointed into one pot. So I may need to explain this. In my case, in my scenario, when my ex retired from the military, he refused to work again. And though he and I at that time were making the same amount of money, in a toxic relationship, in a covert narcissist, financial abuse is one of the traits that they have. Mine would use up his money to get anything and everything he wanted. But if I needed extra $50, it was a problem. So that's what I'm talking about. But let's continue. They will give you the illusion that you are stuck. And only here is safe. Kind of in the scenario of you made your bed, you need to lie in it. Mine would sit there and say, I never lied to you. I showed you who I was. And my thought process was, well, sorry. I thought you were a better person. Continue. If you disagree with them on a matter, they see that as a form of betrayal. They will destroy your vision of a relationship by pointing out couples that truly are happy, may it be in reality or in a movie, and telling you that's not real. That's an illusion. They will create the narrative that the way that they are acting is normal, and you're crazy for questioning it. Mm-hmm. See, with a covert, and I can only speak on that matter, is it's a psychological war game with them. It always is. We continue. They will give you the illusion that they put you so high on the pedestal that you cannot make a mistake. With the understanding that they've set you up for failure, just so that they can turn around and tell you, I told you so. But babe, I got you. Yeah. They will withhold affection and intimacy as a form of control. But don't you dare play that game with them. It never pans out very well. Being a negative person is normal for them. Playing the victim so that you would have empathy for them. They will destroy anything that is important to you. May it be an object, your memory, hobbies, ability to grow as a person. In a nutshell, any joy in life. My understanding, they do this mainly because they're incapable of doing it for themselves. They will give you the illusion that if you leave them, they can't live without you. Hence why a lot of them at the end of a relationship, and mine did it to me, I'm dying, is their excuse. They want to know everything, including your deepest secrets and fears, just so they can use them against you. Just think about that. These are just a few things, but very true and harmful statements that they do. This somewhat summarizes what my marriage was like being with the Joker. So why do they do all these things? Good question. Truth is, you'll never find out why. I've gone down that rabbit hole multiple times in my healing journey. And I may get inklings, somewhat of an understanding, but the truth is you'll never understand why. But here are a few food for thoughts. If you think back and you are truthful with self, you would see that you were already broken before you entered that relationship. You were basically a perfect recipe for their supper. Your soul was broken. That's the truth. And they saw that. But they also saw the light you still had regardless of the pain that was surrounding you. And that was the light that they want. That's the light that they feed off of. See, with doing all of this, they now have broken you into pieces in hoping that you become just as miserable as they are. As the old saying goes, misery loves company. This was never about love, never about building a family. They might have thought that's what they wanted. But once they understood that this would mean to put in effort, well, that goes against everything who they are. You see, that is what it was always about them. These type of people are takers. And they will spin anything and everything around to benefit them at all cost. I wish I could tell you they will change or there's hope. But the truth is, there is none. Your healing journey will take time to process all those additional, and yes, additional wounds they created. So what now? Now we must go to the beginning, before you entered this relationship, and mend those wounds first. Deal with the wounds that they've amplified, and those new wounds that they caused. But you got to go backwards first. Most of us enter these types of relationship have three things in common. You have the lack of self-love, have very little self-confidence, and you're looking for love in all the wrong places. Please understand, you never deserved this treatment. You're a beautiful soul that deserves to be loved, valued, treasured. However, you also need to come to terms that you also played a part. And that is where your healing journey starts. Identify what part you played. This is why I created my channel. I was where you are now. The lack of hope, believing, is this all that life has to offer in love? Or you telling yourself, healing? That don't work. Because the truth is, I'm not broken, right? Sounds familiar? I used to tell myself that. Or how about healing journey everyone talks about is a bunch of hush-push. But the truth is, you have to heal self. You got to start somewhere. Or else you'll make the same mistake over again. It does take work, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. Trust me, there is. At first, I really didn't want to talk about my healing journey, but my spiritual team kept on nagging me about it. So this is why I'm sharing with you my story. Because I don't think anyone can truly understand our pain, why we stayed, why we tolerated, except a person that actually was in those type of relationships. Here I will give you the tools and the understanding I had to learn. Information from someone that was in a relationship for 21 years. And I know there is this stigma, or as we survivors, we keep on thinking no one was as foolish as I am. But trust me, on a sad note, I will bet with you an apple pie that I take the whole factory of crap I tolerated and allowed. My channel is an open book, so if you have questions, please put in the comments. I will try to reply to them as quickly as possible. But I not only post here, I also will be posting over on Instagram and TikTok. The links are in the bio. So where do we go from here? Reflect back. Start there. Start at the beginning. Start with the simple question, what attracted me to them? Did I love them? Or was this just a mean of not being lonely? Which, in that sense, kind of was my truth. I might have lust over him, but I never loved him. Truth is, healing is not easy. I wish I could tell you, I wish I could give you a timeline, but there is none. Everyone goes differently. Everyone's past is differently. Therefore, everyone's pace in healing is different. Now, here on this platform, I will not sugarcoat it. May it be your healing or the truth. And I'm doing that because I think we've sugarcoated enough of their nonsense, right? You will have good days, you will have bad days. Just like in nature. You will have sunshine days, you will have rainy days, and Lord knows you will have thunderstorms from hell. And that is okay. You got to work through it. As long as you're safe, you'll get through it. But if you stick with it and understand that you did nothing wrong, all you wanted was to love someone, and you now have come to terms that you deserve something better, but you got to start with self first. You got to give self the time to heal. Hope this information was helpful. Like and share with anyone you believe could benefit from this. Thank you for spending time with me. And I hope to see you in my next video.